No intro video today.
Okay.
I think it broke. So hello everyone.
Oh no.
Hi. We are here. Welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons
And junk drawer.
I'm sorry, did you want to do it live? We
Yeah,
can do it live.
Fuck it, let's do it live.
We'll do it live.
Dungeons and Dragons.
And junk drawer. Bing!
Hey, what's up everybody?
We missed you.
I enjoyed that.
That was fun.
Welcome back to another episode. We are going to get started with some shout outs here pretty quick. The Dice Daddy, what you got? You want to shout anybody out?
Yeah,
Do you want to shit on anyone's channel? What?
You mean chest?
Not yet. Shout out to Mythic Portal Games, Printable Heroes, Kev's Lounge, David Hemingway, and any other wonderful people that I use your product. All great products. Let's stay at home together. Also, shout out to Cinco de Mayo, my guy. Shout out to the Mexicans. Am I right?
Yeah.
Very cultured of you, Mike.
I'm festive.
No, Jess is just frozen in place. Up next.
I actually thought he was.
I thought so too.
No,
We've had our fair share of technical difficulties.
I was blinking.
Up next, we have the Sock. Carlos Correa. What you got?
I was like, you don't remember my real name. I just want to give a shout out to Random Encounter Productions. Check us out over there. They're still doing their Stream-mageddon every single night. They've actually started adding a couple of different campaigns. I think they've done one in the world of Wildmount with the new Wildmount campaign setting that Critical Role has released. And they're doing Storm King's Thunder one of their other nights. I think it's tonight, but check us out and you can check their shit out later. But yeah, so I just want to give them a shout out as well. You can check them out on Twitch at Random Encounter Prod, P-R-O-D, or you can also check them out on YouTube and Instagram as well at Random Encounter Productions. Ding!
Josh Delgado, what you got for me
That's it.
tonight?
Yo, hey, shout out
no,
everyone.
that was
What's up?
everyone.
Miss you guys. You're all
Let them know
amazing.
about your mixtape.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I showed Justin. I don't think I showed any of you. I did record a rap with one of the guys at my guild.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's it's a diss track for Jordan. So I think all of you, but probably Carlos, know him. I'll send it to you guys after the
I
the
know
stream.
of him.
Yeah, you know
Can't
of
wait
him.
to hear it.
Yeah, it's like
Mal's
it's fucking
probably
fire,
excited
bro. So
Love
shout
it.
out
Great.
Delwind.
Mike Tinkles Spillane, what you got?
Tinkle,
Shout
tinkle,
out to
tinkle.
last week where I peed live on air.
Woo!
Got those microphone issues fixed, so now if I go to the bathroom midstream, you're not going to hear it.
We'll hear his stream midstream. Oh,
Yeah, that's the entire reason I did it, so that we could have that joke. Meta, that's what it's all
Bye,
about.
Carlos.
Follow us at make sure you're following us on Instagram at the Junk Drawer Show, where I just shouted out Random Encounters Productions last night for their stream that Carlos was featured on. Make sure you're following and subscribing to us here on Twitch, so that way we can get that revenue, so that way we can get ourselves some better equipment, so that way our stream looks cooler for you. And of course, make sure you're going ahead and subscribing to us on YouTube, where we have all sorts of additional content. We're working on new podcasts. Pat and myself have been working on an NFL podcast with our friend Craig. Justin and Josh have been working on their Road to Freak series. So we have a lot of cool shit going on. So if we're not just D&D, if you're interested in any other content as well, or if you have suggestions of content you'd like to see from us, make sure to let us know, because we're open to suggestions, as long as it includes full frontal nudity. So...
Yeah, we're starting an OnlyFans.
I'm the only fan.
he's the only fan. So I'm gonna shout out moms. Mother's Day coming up this weekend, probably. I think.
Sounds right.
Yeah, it feels right. So shout out to moms. That's what's up. Thanks for birthing us.
So my mom's not watching right now. I literally bought her a pillow that has my face on it, just doing this.
She's gonna love that.
She's gonna.
That was
murder me.
sarcasm. She's not gonna like it.
She's gonna murder me, and I'm so excited.
You've lived a good life.
I already told my dad to have him FaceTime me before she opens it.
Can you Can you have him record it too?
I will. I'll record it on my phone. I'll screen record
perfect.
So with that, I mean, shout out to moms. I don't have my new dice box yet, so I will not shout out the dice box company. But other than that, DM whenever you're ready.
Justice. Yeah.
Justice. For breakfast.
Justice is blind. Okay. So previously on Dungeons and Dragons and Junk Drawer, we were on our way back to White Willow Plaza when, after some fun shenanigans with Clem, we ran into some new friends. We ran into a very mysterious duo by the names of Adam and Ruby. That there was a bounty on the four of y'all's heads, and with some threats and some talking, you have managed to convince them that the four of you are willingly coming to White Willow so they can be arrested and given over to the authorities. Where we last left off, from my understanding, it was Donner and Dremel and Thok who all had an interaction with Adam specifically, and Thok and Alder had a interaction with Ruby. So we'll take it from there. Last we were together, Alder and Ruby were both looking at the fire as they were finishing their watches. Ruby with her visor up, occasionally just kind of conversing, nothing of real substance, Alder, as the two of you kind of spend the rest of your watch together. Let me see here. So, Drum, as the sun is coming up, I'm guessing meditation time, even in these times of war?
Yep. Got to keep myself centered. I think I'll probably do it in my tent, though.
Okay.
Because it's a solo tent, not try to wander off, because I don't think, what is it? Not Jack and Ruby.
Adam.
Adam and Ruby would like that too much.
Right. So you kind of inhale, shudder, put on the face from yesterday, put on your happy face for today, as you're trying to figure out what the fuck you're going to do with these bounty hunters. Donner, you're kind of the next to wake up, as you didn't really rest too much. The last memory you had was of the cloth of the tent and the silhouette of Adam and Dremel kind of sitting across from each other before you slowly drifted off. Your sleep was very restless, I would say, waking up every maybe 30 or 40 minutes or so, and then turning back over, listening, waiting, turning back over. Just very you gained the benefits of a long rest, but it wasn't a peaceful long rest. And then Thok. Finally with Thok, you kind of wake up and sitting, looking forward towards the flaps of the tent is Manu, just kind of bearing a hole towards the empty space in between. So, what would the four of you like to do?
Shit. Well, I'll assume that I walk out first. As I walk out of my tent, do I see anyone?
You walk out of your tent, and there is that main fire, and you do see Alder and Ruby has her blind shields up, and you actually see her go to her hip very quickly before she kind of just keeps her hand there.
Whoa. No, nothing gonna go on in the morning. It's a bit too early for that. Mind if I join you?
And she makes eye contact with you, Alder.
Yeah, seat's always open.
And I take a seat.
So you kind of sit down, and this is the first time you're seeing Ruby's eyes. She has kind of this lighter skin, these kind of green-blue eyes that are flecked with a little bit of gold in them, and occasionally you see a strand of like curly blonde hair and these dark kind of, almost like she's wearing eyeliner around her eyes that just kind of really accentuate them, as she's like bearing a hole into you, keeping an eye on you.
Well, it's nice to see that you're a person. Hope
Could
you're
be an elf.
Hey, you talk too. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
we
just glad
kinda-
you're warming up to us. Anything
She,
crazy happen last night?
No. She's not much for stories, so we kind of talked lightly for a couple hours, and it's really about it. So, guess it's time to get on the road to White Willow Plaza
Yeah.
again.
Is everyone else up?
I think we probably have to go get Thok and Donna and wake them up. You know, Donna, he usually, well, honestly, both of them lately. I think Donna, Thok especially, kind of has the capability of sleeping in from time to time.
So you're calling them lazy?
No, I'm just saying that sometimes they need to be woken up.
Wow.
I'm
you're
not
calling
lazy.
Did you hear
I'm
that? He called you
awake.
lazy.
Okay, I'm gonna go wake Thok up.
I'm
You're
sorry,
lazy.
Honor. I didn't mean to break your opening.
It's okay. Just, you can't trust elves, apparently.
That's racist, as he says as he walks away.
And Donard, you also kind of see Ruby's eyes as well, as she's just eyeing like the three of you in this interaction that you guys are having, like almost like she's studying.
Are you gonna say anything, or you just kind of stand there quiet?
How did you sleep?
Terrible. Feels like being in the jail again.
And you hear a scoff. Worse things than jail.
Oh, you have no idea.
I have some thoughts.
Maybe we can share stories sometime.
Not big on sharing.
Oh, I would have never guessed that. You look like such a sharer. So open.
Sarcasm. Looks good on you.
Plainness. You work it well.
And you see the visor go back down, and it's just a blank slate again. And she goes, "Thank you."
Maybe that was a little bit of sarcasm. Am I rubbing off on you? Little bit?
And you see her, and she puts the, you see her put kind of the cloak back on that she was wearing, and the two of you hear a very loud, like splashing, almost kind of like what we heard last stream, as eventually, after like a good solid like 30 seconds of it, you hear a and a spit as Adam kind of puts the hat over his head, and he goes, "Fuck. How much beer did we have last night?"
A lot.
"Yeah. Almost pieced me whole bloodline out," as he sits down. Goes, "So, Rube, do you have fun with the them?" And she just kind of tilts and looks at him. "All right. So, getting all your shit together and wrapping up soon, yeah?"
Yep. Sounds like it's time to start packing. Make our way to the town. Who makes food? Is it Thok?
Fuck. He makes food.
That was an
Well.
aside.
Make sure you eat. Make sure the little snots eat there. Your friends with the blonde hair. Make sure she eats too. I don't need anyone passing out. Or, fuck it. Pass out. Makes things easier. And you see him, and he uncorks this kind of bottle at his hip, and you see him drink a little bit from it.
Hair of the dog.
Yeah, well, got to get rid of the headache somehow, right? And he stares at the two of you, and he's like, "All right, fuck off."
You fuck off.
All right. Well, I don't need to pack my shit.
How about we all fuck off as a community?
Once again, Ruby just looks back at Adam, looks at you, and you hear a as she gets up and she starts tending to the horses.
I'll start packing up my stuff.
Okay. So, as this is happening, Alder, you approach Thok's tent very tentatively, because last time you approached Thok's tent uninvited, things happened.
Yeah.
Thok, you're kind of sitting up, and like I said, Manu is kind of sitting up next to you, and he's going, I think someone's behind that curtain.
I look back. Hello?
And Alder, you hear him saying hello.
I thought you awake.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not smart, but I'm not that dumb.
Yeah, I'm awake.
Come on, we gotta wake up and feed the kids, and then go on to indefinite servitude. So.
Okay. On my way. Give me like 2 minutes to pack up my stuff.
Yeah, you got it.
And I'll go ahead and start packing up. And
As you do that, Manu's like, what are we going to do about the bounty hunters?
that is a good question. Like, I don't want to kill them, but I don't want to go to jail again. So, you have any ideas?
I mean, fuck all. Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, normally it would be a different case between you and I, which would include me using my whip and burning them alive and then kind of ripping out spines.
Oh, God. And reasons why I left the new list. Right here. Exhibit A. But I don't think I'm going to rip anyone's spines out or light them on fire.
Exactly. So, what's the alternative?
Knock them unconscious?
Do the rest of your friends know that?
No.
I want to figure that out. And you see him, and he moves the flap of the tent and walks out.
I need to ask him how he can move shit. And I'm just gonna pack up the rest of my stuff and just have it ready to go in a corner, and then go out to create food for people and or horses.
Okay. So, over the next hour and a half, you manage to feed all the kids, feed the horses, feed a very tentative and very nervous Rosalie, and manage to feed yourselves as well. All the while, Adam is just kind of looking at you guys carefully, tentatively. He's very relaxed. He has his hand on his hip. Ruby's kind of in the front on one of the horses as she is just surveying. Adam is just kind of doing like a perimeter walk. Like he's not in a rush. He's not taking his time. Occasionally looks over at the foliage and, you know, occasionally he'll talk to one of the kids and wave at them, smile as he loops around.
I'm going to try and catch up with him.
You can. It's not very hard, and he's not running very hard or far.
I've got a question for you. I feel like we don't pull punches with each other. So I just kind of wanted to talk.
All right. Well, I'll start now with pulling punches. What do you want, Blondie?
Did you mean what you said when we first crossed paths? Would you hurt a cart full of innocent children?
Me personally? Nah. My other associates? Possibly.
I guess my follow-up question to that is, how can you work with someone who's willing to do that?
And he kind of just has his hands on his belt as you're walking, and he goes, well, I'm part of a guild. Bounty Hunters Guild. Specific sect. I have a boss. Boss has given me a lot over the years. Not really my place to judge. I make sure I do a job. I make sure I do it well. I make sure I get paid. Casualties, there will always be casualties. Do I try to lessen the blow? Of course. Fucking hell. They're kids. They have all their lives ahead of them. But, not all the pups survive the litter, right?
I mean, if you start forcing them to swim too early, then yeah, they'll all die. It's just a man can make his own path, and you're just kind of following orders. You don't want to make your own way.
And he smirks and he goes, I'm making my own way. I need coin. I like coin. Double balls of my family.
You know, there's better, cleaner, less blood on your hands way to make coin. Honest work.
And he sighs and he goes, look, I get what you're trying to do, and it's fine. I get it. But judging by the calluses on your hands, the scars all along your arms, you're born to fight, mate. So was I. Now, we can use that in a sense of gladiators and killing a man in one-on-one combat. You know, just you and me, make it personal. Cold blood. Or I occasionally knock someone out. Someone might twist an ankle. Someone might die. I get paid. A bad guy goes to jail. And I get a scrap out of it. Can't really ask for anything else, right?
There's a lot more you can ask. I was put away, and I'm not trying to say that I was innocent in what I did, but the blood that's on my hands isn't child's blood. And that would be on yours. And if you can sleep at night knowing that sometimes that's part of the cost, then that's all I really need to know about you.
Like I said, I don't kill kids. Other bounty hunters, on the other hand,
help them, but you let kids die just to get a buck. So, you know, if someone's drowning and you don't help them, are you the reason they died? No. But could you have helped them live? Yeah.
And he looks at you and he goes, I don't kill kids. And you said,
You don't save them either.
save them right now.
No,
Going
you're
for
not.
criminals. Still have blood on your hands. Don't act like you're better than me just because it's bad people blood.
I wouldn't ever act like I'm better than you. I didn't even say I was innocent. You talk to any of these other guys and they'll tell you that they are. And maybe some of them are. I'm not. I've killed a lot of people. But I've never threatened a cart full of kids. You have. So if you're okay with who that makes you as a person, then that's fine. But it tells me all I really need to know about you. And you should know that.
A little dense, ain't you? It's kind of like talking to a wall.
It's not my fault you don't understand, mate.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Right.
Just kind of walk off.
Yeah. And you hear him and he spits. Takes another swig. Alder Drim, what you guys doing? Thok, what you doing?
After I finished packing up everything, I would have gone over to where the kids are at and just kind of made sure they're all right. Maybe put on a little minor illusion and Glover show for them.
And they enjoy it. They don't have any inclination that things are tense. Possibly Harley and Neldrin, because they're closer to Thok and Rosalie, but most of the kids aren't really paying attention to what's going on. Every time they kind of ask, you guys give a generic like, oh, they're just friends. They're going to help us get to White Willow faster and make sure we don't get lost, stuff like that. But you're able to occupy them for the majority of breakfast and packing up and getting everything ready, making sure everyone's gone to the bathroom, everyone's situated. And then, Alder, what are you doing?
Just kind of packing up and loading the cart, checking on Aya to make sure she's okay since she's currently locked up in a cage. And aside from that, I'm really just kind of talking to... It's going to look like I'm talking to myself, but I'm trying to talk to the wilds in hopes that they could give me some advice on how we can get ourselves out of this situation. You know, what we can do to not be stuck here, or be stuck going back to prison. See if there's any kind of anything that I can kind of gather from the wind or anything to try and help me feel better about the situation.
Right. Go ahead and I want you to make a nature check.
That's so rude. 15.
15, you kind of concentrate and you reach out and extend to the wilds, and you feel the wind pick up very briefly around your ankles before it kind of swirls around you, and you feel wind kind of strike your face. It does it once, 2, 3, and then by the end of it, it has struck your face 6 times before dissipating.
That's what I thought. No fucking clue. All right. I do have an idea, but I don't, you know. Shit. Like, turn to Aya and I'll be like, do you have any idea?
And she looks at you. Puffs.
Yeah, I
Stretches
know.
her wings as much as she can.
I know. I want you out of there too. And then I just kind of look at him like, I have an idea, and if we get to it, just trust me, okay, Carl?
A hawk can't roll their eyes, but you get the impression that she might be rolling her eyes.
Yeah, sounds right.
Tucks her head into her breast. And fuck, well, you're getting the dusk ready. I'm assuming you're packing him up.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna tell you that I was gonna be doing. Yeah, I'm packing him up, and if Manu's there, then like as I'm brushing, like I want to like brush him and kind of like obviously get acquainted with the horse and get him comfortable with me. And as I'm doing that, I'm gonna like ask Manu and be like, "Hey, so I know that we weren't exactly close, but like, did you have family like that you left behind? Like, is anybody that I could potentially find out and let them know that you're dead? Question mark. I don't know what you are, but I'm assuming."
He looks at you and he goes, "You found the journal, right?"
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Don't you think
I didn't think I was gonna see you again. Did I read his sister's name?
He never addressed his sister by name.
Okay, but I know that he has a sister.
Yes.
Okay. So, like, does your sister have a name? Like, where is she from? Where does she live? Like, and again, if you don't want me to reach out or contact or anything, that's fine. I just figured, since I don't know if anyone is potentially waiting for you. Like, it's the least I could do.
Gosh, I don't think it really matters now. I know you were trying to make plans, but at the moment, you're going back to jail unless we figure something out. So, as nice as this conversation's been, we should probably figure out what you're going to do.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think after that. Like, how long are you planning on sticking around? Right? If I get arrested, are you coming to jail with me?
Probably. I don't know how this works.
Can you catch this? And I throw like the brush that I'm brushing dusk with at
Yeah.
him.
And you see it kind of just hits him and falls to the ground. Why are you throwing things?
I wanted to see if it went through you. I didn't know if like
He
you
picks
could
it up and he puts it back into your hands. Stop throwing things. Seriously, we need to figure things out.
Sorry, curious. Because every time I've died, I've never been whatever you are.
Don't know what I am.
All right. Well, I'll see if everybody else has an idea what to do, and I'm gonna cast sending to. God, which one of you three should I send it to?
Probably the smart one.
Which one of you three is a smart one?
Big brain mountain boy.
Yikes.
He's
I'm
got a
gonna
19 now.
I'm gonna send a sending to Dremel and be like, hey, do we have an idea what we are going to do? I know we can't speak openly, but I was just wondering, you can reply when you get a chance.
And where am I? Am I around people? Am I still with the kids?
I would assume you were probably still with the kids when you got the message.
Is anyone else around?
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
The kids are around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perception would be a 10.
You kind of see Ruby, but you're not really sure if she can hear you or not. She's fairly far away. And at the moment, you're looking left and right. You assume that Adam's behind, starting to make his way behind the cart.
All right. Then I'll turn to the kids and say, hey, do y'all want to hear another story?
And you're met with a very positive response of yeses and, oh, we love your stories, Dremel.
All right. Well, here's one, and I'll start the sending. A group of fellas went on an escort mission to a wonderful little town. What am I at?
14.
Yeah, so you have about 10 words left.
Shit. Give me a second. Okay.
9.
Went to a wonderful little town.
Shit.
Shit.
Dropped them off. And went far away with friends.
One more word.
With new
Okay.
friends.
Okay.
In that new journey, wow, they fought dragons, and I do a minor allusion to like make a dragon, a little tiny
Yeah.
like 4-foot dragon. They
Yeah.
fought dragons, and then I switch it up, trolls,
Trolls.
and even Mr. Glover Man, and then I do a minor allusion. Or,
No.
I do mage hand. That's what it's called, right? Mage hand.
Yeah.
Mage
hand.
Hand.
Yeah, mage hand, but then I also use minor illusion to make it look like he's a giant, but he's got you know when you play Super Smash Brothers and there's
Yeah.
Master Hand and Crazy Hand, that's what I'm doing. So now I've got this dragon and his team of master hands.
Oh
Great.
my god.
Okay.
I'm sorry that I'm laughing that hard at that. I'm just imagining you not saying that to Justin. I'm just imagining you saying that to the kids.
You ever play Super Smash Brothers?
Because you stayed in character the whole time.
And as you're kind of weaving these illusions, Donner, you're kind of walking back, and you just see these giant glove hands fighting a dragon, like a little dragon, as Drummel is getting more excited with his story.
The dragon slowly turns into a green dragon that doesn't breathe fire, but does stick its tongue out really, really far. And it has like a little patch on its back that's kind of like a saddle, but not quite a saddle. It's really more of a shell. But were someone to ride it, it would be perfect for a saddle.
Great.
Okay. It's Yoshi.
And a fat Italian plumber comes out. Yeah, I know it's Yoshi.
That is the weirdest dragon I've ever seen. I've never seen a dragon like that before.
Yeah, man, it just came to me. Like, I think ideas are just out there in the ether, and I'm just open to receive them. Right, kids?
There's
like,
no way anyone
Yeah.
would like that dragon ever. It's just, it looks dumb. I'm going to be honest. It
Yeah.
doesn't even have wings.
But what if there was like an outhouse worker who was friends with it? He wore
Why would
like
they be?
red and maybe blue pants.
No one wears red and blue pants. What's wrong with you?
These are just ideas that come to me. I am merely a vessel for the idea Ethereum.
You know what? I would not put that on my interest pin board.
Well, that's why it's my interest pin board, not yours.
And I'll kind of like lean over to Dremel and I'll be like, so do we have any idea what we're doing here?
Did you not hear the story?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you just walked up?
Oh, I'm not there.
Yeah, I just walked up.
And real quick, as I'm kind of making it look like I'm getting close to the kids a little bit, or tending to something, I say, get the kids to White Willow and then figure it out from there. We just need to get away. We need to get the kids away from these two.
And I'll just kind of nod and I'll just say, hi, kids.
They all acknowledge you. They're like, hi, Mr. Donner.
Oh, you don't have to call me that. How's everybody doing today?
And it's generally positive. Everyone is going, are we going to be there soon? And my legs are getting cramped. And, I'm tired.
We just woke up. How are you tired?
Well, I didn't sleep really good.
When I came to check on you guys, you were out like a light.
Yeah, but I was having a dream, and then I woke up, and now I can't get back to the dream.
You know what? That's probably true. I'm sorry that you didn't sleep well. We'll be here in White Willow by probably mid to late day.
Okay.
And I'm gonna toss out the figurine of Wondrous Power, the Raven, and summon him, and I'll let the kids play with him. I'll have send him over, and he'll kind of just bounce around it with them. And I'll call him back to my hand, and I'll whisper in his ear, "Surprise!" And he'll come. He essentially all he does is he goes out and he sits down in the middle of him, and he opens his mouth, and me saying "surprise" comes out.
And all the kids are just enchanted by the magic you just performed with him. And they're like, your Raven talks.
Sounds just like me, right?
He does.
Taught him everything he knows.
Well, is his name Paul? Because we heard about Paul. And
I know this isn't Paul.
But F Paul.
Dremel shouldn't be using that word around you, first of all. Second of all, his name's not Paul. His name's Ringo, and he's much better than Paul. But in every way that doesn't matter.
That doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
What?
Am I still there?
I would say you're probably still there.
Kids, when you're older, you'll understand. It's a 15-year-old thing.
All right.
In the
Just the
meantime.
general confusion just around the faces of the sea of 8 to like 3 to 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna start walking back to camp and just kind of start loading up my horse.
Okay. And then
Well-
are you reattaching the 3 of your horses back to the cart?
No. I'm going to I'm debating whether or not I want to use the big chicken so that we
Eat
can
it.
be loose. It's made of gems. Why would you eat that?
Because it's a chicken.
It's gonna break all of your teeth.
I mean, Alder eats sticks. Maybe he eats rocks too.
That's not as bad as gems. They're much harder than sticks.
And I'd still be at this point after I'm packed up. I'd just kind of be, I'm gonna be like over by the fire while it's dwindling down, and I'm just gonna. I have like a couple leaves and stuff that I'm kind of like just holding over it, letting them kind of burn down, and I'm just gonna shout out to them while I'm letting these kind of ash up. I'm just gonna shout out, I don't eat sticks. How many times do I gotta tell you?
I don't know, but you can't hear us.
We're on the
just
same.
knows.
If I'm by the fire, we're by the same area, aren't we?
Oh, I know. I'm just saying that to you.
Oh, okay.
You can very much hear us.
I'm gonna throw Penelope down and have her tow the kids.
Okay. She's
Just
gonna
a
pull the cart.
jamboree. Yeah, she's gonna pull the cart.
Okay.
I'm gonna summon her, and then I'm gonna pull her head down to me. I'm gonna look at her. I'm gonna be like, Penelope, look, you have very precious cargo behind you. No running crazy. Keep it steady and calm. You got it?
Hey, Donner.
Yeah.
What was the summon word for that chicken?
It was strip,
I think it was
and then
nugget.
wasn't it?
Wasn't it
Was
nugget?
it nugget? Nugget was summon, and tender was to recall.
Yeah, yeah.
Was it
yeah.
tendy or
And you have
tender?
to swipe your hand on her cheek very tenderly.
Tender. Yeah, so I'll say nugget, and then she'll pop up. And I'll text, DM, I will text you the summon word for my raven.
Okay.
Secrets don't make friends.
Is a rat tat tat?
It's actually, your mom says hi, and then when he goes away,
Jinx.
it's Jinx.
Jinx. Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's actually Bartles and Jay. So you're able to strap Penelope, and Adam is just kind of looking. He's like, it's a very big chicken.
Yeah, her name's Penelope. You better be nice.
All right.
She's a sweetheart.
She looks don't take this the wrong way. A little dim.
Well, she's a rock,
Take-
so.
Takes one to know one, right?
Oh, good one. Got me. Ow. Oof. Right in the heart. You two probably get along like really, really well. You know, because both of you cannot read. And he kind of goes back around the perimeter.
You don't know that I can't read. I haven't tried around you.
You're breathing out of your mouth. I think I could figure it out. Sometimes I forget to breathe, okay? Don't come to your job. So now the 3 of you are released from the cart now that Penelope is guiding it. It may be a good idea because she does tend to get distracted, that perhaps putting like a rope or like leading her might be helpful.
I figured we'd kind of like ride directly in front of her, and I can kind of like tie a rope around her neck and keep her on pace.
Just tie like a corn of cob like over her head, and she just like follows
No,
it.
because then she'll chase it. And
Do
all the kids will fall out of the cart and die.
Do you want to just ride her? It's not hard to like string along a second horse.
No, I think it'd be a better idea if we just kind of stuck together. Dremel.
All right. I was not married to that idea.
And Donna's just kind of staring at Dremel like, really, bro? Really?
Yeah, you can't ride chickens. It's against the law. Alder?
Big brain boy.
I don't want to scuff her because, like, this chicken is probably worth a decent amount of money. So we got to keep her nice and clean and polished. So,
Right, resale value.
That's
Of
what
course.
people want, a good polished chicken.
And the three of you are having this discussion, and you look up and you see, you just kind of see Ruby just like cock her head and then kind of just shake it as the three of you are having this discussion.
and I just get on my horse.
Okay.
And I would put the little bit of ash that I collected from burning those little plants in my bag.
Okay. You now have Ash in your bag. All
Ash
right.
Ketchum? Oh my god, what did you do to him?
Jesus. Anything else you guys are doing before we head out? Anything else you need to take care of? Do you want to talk to anyone else? What do you want to do?
I want to do a quick scan of the perimeter, see if I can find some mushrooms.
Okay.
I
Go
want to do a
ahead
scan
and
of the
roll.
perimeter to see if we can see how many people are around us.
Okay. Both of you make investigation checks.
13.
Natural 20, 28.
28.
Wasted on
Okay.
mushrooms.
Mushroom is
So-
also code for enemies.
People in the woods.
We call them mushrooms.
Gonna have to
because they
specify
grow in
that
the
while
woods.
you're saying the thing. So you're looking specifically for mushrooms
And
and
nothing else.
and nothing else. And you're able to procure, I would say, a good decent amount. And it looks like you have some newer fungus that you discovered actually back in the cave that you're actually able to collect.
So, how many, and do I know what any of them are, or do I need to get them like botanized?
You get about 3 mushrooms. One of them is one of those cave mushrooms. And then 2 of them are kind of like the round, yellow and red kind of topped ones.
And
I
do
heard
I?
if you eat that, you grow in size.
Oh. And I look at it, and I contemplate it for a second, and then I think, no, Donna's a big fat liar, and I just put them back in my bag.
And you do. You put it back in your bag. Wait a second.
No.
You lied to me. Okay, so you're able to procure that, and Donner, with your 13, you scan the perimeter, you look around, and you can't really discern between what are wind animal noises and possibly threatening noises.
Got it.
All right.
Perfect.
Perfect. So, with Ruby in the front, leading the pack, and Adam in the back, keeping an eye on you.
No, Donna, Dremel, and Alder in the front, leading the pack, followed by Penelope.
Right.
And then, yeah.
But Ruby would be in front of you guys.
Oh, she's in front of us.
Perfect.
Got it.
So she's in the front all the way. You guys are as front as you can be.
Got it.
And Adam is in the back watching Rosalie and basically all of you. So the 3 of you are close perimeter of each other. Ruby, I would say, is maybe 20 feet in front of you guys. So I would say not without earshot, but if you talk low, you might be able to get past her.
I pull out a piece of parchment and I start to write.
Okay.
And I just kind of write, "What the fuck are we doing?" ? And then I hand it over to whoever. I'm in the center.
You're in the center?
So, yeah, whoever's on my left would get the note first.
Who'd be on the
Because I have
left?
to lead Penelope.
I'll be on the left. I was on the center before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were in the center before. I think I was
Okay.
on the left before, so
You were.
it makes sense for probably me to still be on the left.
All right, yeah. Give it to Alder.
So I hand it over to Alder.
And I'll just kind of like write down. I have ideas, but they're risky. And hand it back.
Okay.
I'll just kind of shove it over to Dremel.
And I read it. And do I have anything to write with?
You probably have like some charcoal that you'd be able to kind of write with.
All right, yeah. Let's just say I have charcoal, and I'll say, taking the kids to the town and going with Adam. Look, I'm not risking this getting seen, so
That's why I didn't put detail on mine.
that's why I said exactly
And-
what we're going to be doing.
And I just kind of turn around and look at Penelope and I feed her this piece of paper.
Okay. And
Just
just
kind
kind
of
of
hang my
mashes.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys doing anything else for the rest of your little journey?
I'm holding a tiny, I guess not tiny, but like a softball-sized metal ball. I'm just kind of rolling it along in my hands as we're riding the horses.
Okay. Playing with the ball. Doc, what are you
Mhm.
doing back there? You've been pretty quiet.
I am still with Rosalie. Is that her name?
Yes.
Yes. You're
I don't-
mostly.
I know. 20 sessions later, I still don't remember her name. I don't know. I think I would stay quiet. Like, is Manu on the horse with me, or is he walking
He's
beside it?
occasionally you'll look down and he'll be there, and then when you glance back, he'll be gone. But most of the time, he's kind of near you, and he's just kind of marching forward.
One of those times, whenever I do see him, I want to cast, detect good and evil, just because my curiosity sparks me.
Okay.
So I can see aberration, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead within 30 feet. And I just wanted to see what if he pings up as any of the following, just for the hell of it.
You ping, and it's kind of like echolocation in a really wide cave. It just kind of floats out. And it catches his attention, and he goes, "What was that?"
I coughed.
You don't cough after you say you coughed.
I mean, you don't.
coughed.
Sometimes you do.
What?
Looks
Don't worry
fun.
about it. And I look at Rosalie, hoping that she doesn't catch me just talking to myself.
And she kind of does look at you and kind of looks forward, and she's like, "Are you formulating a plan?"
Yeah. Trying to figure it out. But our first and foremost priority is to make sure all of you arrive at White Willow first. We do not want to cause any trouble. We feel like we've already gone through enough. So we just want to reconnect you with your wife and find the homes for these kids.
Do you think you're gonna make it though? No.
After White Willow?
Before White Willow.
You're really
You're
quiet.
super quiet.
I'm super quiet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Am I better now?
Yeah.
a little bit.
It's because I was whispering. She goes, before you get to White Willow.
Well, we haven't discussed anything before. We just wanted none of you to be caught in the potential crossfire. Again, you've been through enough. We do not feel comfortable putting you through anything else.
She kind of nods and, excuse me, she goes, just keep in mind what you guys are going to do. Take care of yourselves. I don't.
We will. We've been in tighter situations, and as unique and eccentric as this group of individuals is, it works. It's been a while since I've been around such an optimistic group of people. So if we get sent back to wherever we came from, then so be it. But we'll be together. And we'll figure it out from there.
She kind of smirks and nods her head, and she goes, whatever happens, I'll make sure I take care of Nadra.
Thank you. And then I'll just remain quiet the rest of the way.
Okay?
DM, can I call my raven to my shoulder?
Sure. You can call Ringo onto your shoulder.
Sweet. So I have Ringo, and give me 1 second.
We're just accumulating all sorts of pets, aren't we?
Yeah, you are.
Because Dremel, do you still have, what is it, a troglodyte?
Farkle?
Yeah.
No, Farkle died a while ago. He died in the cave.
We had a funeral for him.
Yeah, he had very short lifespans. I'm still.
He only lasted like 5 minutes. He was alive.
Which is like 50 years for a. Which is still a very short life. It was tragic.
So in my raven's ear, I can the ability on it lets me cast what is it, animal speech or something like that?
Beast speech?
Animal messenger
Okay.
at will. And I kind of whisper in its ear, shit.
Shit. That's all he does.
Shit. I'll actually say shit. We can't trust these people to leave the kids alone after we leave White Willow, and I'll kind of like let it fly and go to Alder.
So
like it's gonna take off, and then it's gonna come back around and land on Alder's shoulder.
And I'll
It
just be
circles.
like, hello, fella.
And it opens its mouth and it says to you, we can't trust these people to leave the kids alone when we leave White Willow.
Yeah. I can't now. If I talk to him, I can't
I'm
speak
looking it up right now.
because I'm fairly certain I can't. It's not like a message or sending or anything like that.
How loud is the bird?
It opens its mouth and it regurgitates the sound at the same. It says what I say in my voice. So if I say it quiet, it'll say it quiet. If I say it loud, it'll say it loud.
All right.
It mimics.
Would that whisper be loud enough for Dremel to hear?
If you were actively looking for it, go ahead and roll a perception check again for me.
Perception. Oh, that's not great. That's like a 5.
You don't really hear it. You hear like it's talking that shit's talking words and shit. But
All right. I mean that's enough for me. That's what I'm gonna cast minor illusion into Donner's ear, and just do a whisper of my voice, saying, "Drop the kids off, and get a day or two away from the town. Then we make our move."
And I'll just send Ringo back to hang out with the kids.
okay.
Do I see this bird just randomly flying around them?
Yes. It's very big.
Okay. I'm gonna assume something's up because I know
Oh
that the
no,
raven
it
exists,
fits
right?
in my pocket. It's small. It's tiny.
It's a shiny silver bird.
Does it grow?
No, it doesn't grow, but it's my bad. It's still shiny. So you could see a glint of it, Thok, as it's kind of flying around the trees.
Okay. Oh, are you fucking 3 all the way up there? Never mind. I'm not gonna send anything.
Okay.
Why are you in the back? The majority is up front. You're the one that's removed, not us.
Do you want me to leave that woman by herself in the back with this child?
What is going to happen to her?
One of you was the one that said don't trust her.
I mean, she's not going to run. Not now.
Okay, I'm gonna cast sending again.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'll go to Dremel again.
I'm
Why
number
not?
1.
Are you trying to be sneaky?
Yeah.
Go
I'm
ahead
gonna
and roll
whisper.
stealth for me. Or a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Peter Piper.
Oh my god,
Peppers.
D&D Beyond. Why? I like the new layout, but I don't like the new layout. Okay. That's a +0.
Natural 20.
Woof. 3. Does it balance out?
Yeah, there's a curve.
Okay, cool. And I'm
7.
gonna say, what the fuck is the shiny thing? Also, have any new ideas what to do once we get to White Willow? Just curious. Let me know.
All right. So when I hear it, it's just in my head, right?
Correct. You have to speak out loud, but you receive it internally.
All right. I'm not going to use sending to send it back. I'm going to use minor illusion because there's no limit on the number of words, and I don't have to say it out loud.
Ooh.
So I'm going to craft in your ear, like a very quiet whisper. Nothing solid yet. I think we should get 2 days out from the town and then make our move. Fight them, kill them, run away. I don't know, but we need to get the kids safe, and then we can worry about ourselves. You cannot reply to this message.
Do not try.
And if he looks back at any given moment, I'll just nod.
I'll do like a stretch move, just kind of
Yeah.
to look back at the kids and gang gang.
Gang, gang.
And you see Adam kind of tilts his hat up as he looks at the two of you and your little interaction.
To be clear, I didn't do that.
I know you didn't do
Okay,
finger guns.
Just making sure.
I know you didn't finger gun it up.
Finger bang.
Finger bang you.
Okay. Great. So most of the ride is fairly quiet, a little tense. Occasionally you'll hear the snorting and the spitting of Adam and the silent figure in front of you of Ruby. It's a few hours before you pull over for a break for lunch, let the horses kind of refresh and rest, and Adam and Ruby are again back at, the front of the caravan tying their horses up, and Adam's kind of stretching, and he's actually kind of like pulling his pants at his crotch. He's like, fucking hate riding horses so much.
Can I see what's attached to either of their waists? As he's like kind of fidgeting around, can I see? Because they keep their hands on their hips quite a bit.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
18.
It looks like Adam has two light crossbows on his hips. Like one is actually clipped, and the other one it looks like is like a quick release kind of clip. And then if you want to see what Ruby has, then it would be a separate investigation.
Sure, I'll try and take a look.
And I'll cast guidance on him while he does this.
That is appreciated, because it wasn't as good this time.
So add a d4.
14.
14. You see a light crossbow of her own that's clipped to her hip, but on the other hip you see several different kinds of knives, and around her waist belt are different pouches and compartments with like cargo. You wouldn't know what's in them without taking the belt off.
Pouches and components. Got it.
Okay, and Adam goes, all right, we're going to take about an hour, piss, shit, throw up, I don't care, and then we're going to head back out. We're about, and he looks up at the sun, and you see him put a few fingers over his face, and you kind of see him put his hand out. About 2-3 more hours, then we'll be there. Exciting, right? New home for them, at least.
It's riveting.
It's a rip-roaring good time.
Please, your excitement, it's so infectious. Please. You see him and he uncorks.
It's probably not the only thing in you that's infected. I say that under my breath, by the way.
Okay.
I cast minor illusion into Donner's ear, and I say, he fucked too many whores.
And Donna kind of turns and looks at Dremel and goes, yeah, that's what I was. Okay.
Great. So what are you guys doing during the break?
Does it seem like Ruby and Adam are kind of like keeping their distance from us? Or are they relatively close to where we are?
Adam's kind of doing his perimeter search, and Ruby is keeping a look ahead, but she's obviously seeing the front of where the caravan is.
Gotcha. About how far away would you say that they are from all of us?
I would say Ruby is about 40 feet, and Adam has about a 15-foot perimeter for himself that he does when he goes around the caravan. So kids are unloading themselves from the cart and peeing in the bushes and doing kid things as they're taking the hour to stretch their legs.
Okay, so when it seems as though Adam is the furthest away from us on his perimeter, since she's staying a constant 40 feet away, I'm going to like whisper to Donna very quietly and be like, how are we going to get what we need from Ashiki? Because that's going to help us.
I mean, do you have a plan?
It's not a great plan, but
Okay. So, and I'll kind of like look at Alder's eyes very intently, and again, whispered, hushed tones.
Real quick,
Mike
while they're doing this, I want to keep an eye out for Adam to see if he's catching on or anything.
Okay. You're looking at the perimeter, and Adam is whistling. Occasionally, he'll put his hand on top of one of the kids' heads and ruffle the hair. Talk to Rosalie a little bit. Rosalie seems very uneasy as she kind of clutches Harley, and you hear Adam kind of chuckle. And
I'm gonna also command my animal bird thing to just kind of squawk as loud as it can while I'm talking to Alder.
okay.
And I'll turn and look at him very intently and be like, look, my issue is if we run, there's nothing to guarantee that they don't come back and hold the kids hostage until we come back. If we're gonna have an option to leave, I think we have to kill them. But I'm open to other suggestions.
Well, if we can get the info we need from Ashiki, if we get far enough away, I can basically turn us into the wind so we can fly away. It's going to be risky and it'll take time. If Adam doesn't let us talk to Ashiki, I could try and sneak away to get the info we need from Ashiki, but I'm going to need some cover from you guys to try and get there, because I'm going to be the sneakiest when it comes to getting over there.
I'll take care of getting things from Ishiki.
You'll take care of that?
Yeah.
Oh, if you need me to, just let me know that I can make that happen. If you don't think you can get away,
I've got an idea, and I'll kind of mentally, I don't know how this bird thing works, but I want it to stop squawking now.
Yeah.
And I am gonna make a beeline over to Adam.
He goes, something wrong with your bird toy thing?
Oh yeah, even though it's made of a metal, it just sometimes it just breaks. That's magic, man. It just breaks sometimes. Sometimes it just doesn't work.
It's like Blue Boy doesn't like your bird too much.
He doesn't like any kind of bird except for the one that's in a cage right now.
It's weird.
It's real weird. I don't know. I think it's just a cow person thing. I don't think they like birds.
All right.
I'm going to make the generalization. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Sure.
So, look, man to man, I forgot about a thing that I have in White Willow. And I wanted to talk to you. Again, man to man, we don't pull punches with one another. You know I want to kill you. I know you want to take me back to bumfuck anywhere. But I have a request. And I would be okay with you accompanying me. But I need to see a gentleman. He has information about my family and potentially a map of how I can get home. I would like both of those things before we go months travel away to God knows where.
And he kind of looks at you and he goes, so you're looking to leave briefly to get information from a person in White Willow so you can do what with the information later?
I mean, I will leave prison eventually, right? It's the goal.
I mean, hopefully, right?
That's the plan. So I don't even want to go by myself. You can send Ruby with me. You can come. You can send any of the fuckers in the forest. I don't care. I just want to go get this information because I don't want to have to backtrack. Look, we talked about it last night. We didn't pull punches with one another. I told you it's hard being away from my family. You understand? And this guy could be the key to me getting back to them at some point. So I'm asking you, man to man, is this something that we can set up?
I have a few conditions.
Okay. I'm open to negotiation.
Well, we're going to have to do this regardless. But when we get to White Willow. You're restrained. I have cuffs. More than happy to take you where you want to go.
Like, just manacles? I don't understand.
Something like that. It's not really for you to worry about. I just need you banned. Fair?
No.
All right, then no deal.
Then no deal, I guess.
All right,
What
then.
happens, my friend.
You see him and he rolls his eyes. I know, hollow threats. Let's go.
And I'll just kind of walk back.
Okay. And you walk back. You walk back over to your party.
And I just look at Alder and I'll go, that didn't go the way I thought it was going to.
I'll be like, any chance you can make the chicken loud again?
This time I'll have Penelope. Are any of the kids in the cart?
I would say they're like around the cart.
I'll just have my raven make some noise, and I'll have Penelope just making the dumbest sounds any chicken could make.
I'll pick up on it, and I'll start just yelling at the birds.
And then I'll just be like, I don't think we're going to be able to get a couple days away then, because I have a feeling that I know what you're talking about.
And I'll look at Alder and I'll be like, a fight's the only way.
And then I'll just be like, and a fight it will be.
And just
Stupid
kind of-
fucking birds.
And I quiet the birds. And I look at Dremel and I'll be like, dude, why do you keep... They're expressing themselves. Why?
Because they're expressing themselves loudly in my ear that I only have 2 of.
I mean,
One
it
of
could
which,
be worse.
if you notice, is a little floppy. Does not work too well.
Yeah, what happened there?
Just a birth thing. It's my lucky ear.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Just
I never
keep
asked.
hearing. Just keep hearing.
Hey, no, never thought to ask. Learn something new. There we go.
You hear so good.
What?
Probably. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. We are laughing.
We are laughing. It's funny.
I'm gonna use minor illusion because I don't think I've told Alder, or do. Well, you just mentioned that you don't think we can get days away, so I guess I would have told you at some point, right? Alder.
You guys got time? You also have Thok that you have yet to tell anything.
No, I told him.
Nothing. He
I told
knows
him.
nothing. Oh, yeah, you did
I'm-
tell him that get away from the town
Yeah.
after we drop the kids off.
But you're not... Well, you can't go a few days out. I was just making sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'll minor illusion that to him, and say, sounds like they want to put us in some kind of shackles. I can only imagine that they are magic inhibiting, so time to improvise with murder.
The secret ingredient is murder.
But red rum.
You know, Thok, R is the most menacing of sounds. That's why they call it murder and not muckduck.
Muck duck. I guess I would have joined you guys if we were just like hanging out. So I'll just walk up to y'all.
Thok and I do our secret handshake, and we're just like, yeah. And then...
Please roll a performance check because you guys don't have a secret handshake.
10.
Oh, I expect nothing less. To
Okay, so you start doing like clap slaps, and Thok is like, "Yeah, bring it in, Thok. Bring it in, boy, vaginas." Like he's trying really hard to be like cool.
We both love girls.
I'm one of the bros.
He's like,
Have you seen boobs?
Those are cool.
I
It's like
mean,
camping. Boobs are fun,
I've seen
but
boobs.
they're also dangerous, like fire boobs.
They do nothing for me.
It's
They're
like,
nice to lay on.
That's why they call them
Yeah.
naughty pillows.
so, this handshake eventually turns into thought going, well, I mean, I can appreciate them. Just an awkward exchange between the two of you.
Be
Isn't
like,
it the
okay,
personality that matters? Like,
we need to work on that. It's fine, not a big deal. And kind of
Okay.
just loop Thock in on everything that's going on.
got it. So, not 2 days.
Not 2 days.
All right.
Mm,
Well, we'll see what happens then, right?
And I'll look at Thock and I'll be like, look, I know you have something going on with your god right now and you're not wearing armor and like that's all well and good, but you're going to need to wear it tonight.
During the watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're all there, right?
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah,
And
he
then I'd
came
say-
up to us, so
And then I'll say, if we even make it to watch.
Got it.
and I'll lean over to Alder and I'll go, I'm feeling froggy. I might leap.
Don't know what that means, but I'm hard right now.
I look at his crotch.
Yeah.
Erect.
You see
Very.
a slow dance chub right there.
Not bad. Good for you.
Was that a wisdom save or
Well, for me,
God.
Do you come in your pants?
no? For Boner,
for
is it
you.
a wisdom save or is it more dexterity
Constitution.
or Constitution?
Trim, what are you doing during this very homoerotic interaction under danger?
I'm just walking back to the kids, see how they're doing, because we're still hanging out for another 30 minutes.
Yeah, I would say another 30 minutes.
Yeah, like I'm tired of all the talking. There's nothing to really talk about right now. I'm too worried that they're going to hear us, so I'm gonna walk to the kids and just kind of play with them a little bit. Try to make sure their spirits are up, make sure they're not sensing any oddities.
I mean, I'll go over as well, and I'll start using prestidigitation to kind of add on some effects to whatever Dremel's doing.
And I could do the same with Druidcraft to kind of like make like some cool little like flower crowns for the kids and for the girls and for the boys, give them like cool staffs and stuff like that.
Okay. So
In other words, I'm making an army. That's what's happening.
you're making a child army. At least you're attempting to.
Just
All
kidding.
that
Just
Mulder
kidding.
Now
Not really. Not
a
really.
small
Not really. I'm kidding.
You're a monster. So you guys spend the next 30 minutes entertaining the kids, trying to relieve any kind of tension and hesitancy that you guys are having towards what may happen in the next few hours, as Adam just kind of sits from the back and you see him and he kind of like, it's almost like he silently is talking to Ruby and you see different kinds of like hand signals, like a rubbing of the nose, stroke of the chin, and you see almost like they're a catcher and a pitcher at a baseball mound. Like you see occasionally like Adam will do something and you'll see Ruby react with a very slight like or a nod.
When we're getting close to our time, I'm gonna be like, kids, you want to see something really cool?
And they're like, yeah.
I'll be like, okay, cover your ears, and I'm gonna take like 6 or 7 steps back so that no one's within 5 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I use thunderclap. And
Okay.
I just slap my hands together, and then they hear just this loud thunder, and it's heard 100 feet away.
Oh,
And
Okay.
it's not like Thunderstep. Thunderstep's 300, I think.
Right.
that's
So,
what I was thinking.
Yeah. Only
100 feet.
100 feet. Yeah.
And what are we doing with the thunderclap? Where are you directing it towards?
I
Oh.
would just do it in the sky. So it wasn't
Yeah.
towards anyone.
Okay.
Would I, when I do it, can I kind of keep an eye out and see if anyone, if I like see anyone shift in movement in the woods where we would presume individuals would be?
You see Adam, he puts his hand on his hip, he looks at you, and he has a fist up like this.
And I'll just
And then
wink at him.
And he smirks, opens his hand.
So I didn't see any movement in, like, the brush.
I mean, besides what was moving from the thunderclap, like from the... You can roll an investigation, see if you can see any kind of movement.
7.
You might hear some rustling, but you're not sure what it is.
It's fine. I'm happy with myself.
And you see him, and he kind of puts his finger in his ear as this gunk kind of comes his trousers.
Sorry,
Well,
I forgot to warn you. That's on me. It's my bad.
Are we ready to go, lovelies?
Already.
Please, as we go, gestures towards your horses as he takes his lead back behind.
And as we're walking up, I'll look for Harley.
Yeah.
And has she got like a twig or a stick or a doll, something along those lines? Like
She has her doll that Thok brought with her.
Okay, so I'll kind of like kneel down on one knee, and I'll touch it, and I'll cast light on it, and I'll be like, "Look, you have to lead the way. Whenever we get lost, you got to lead the doll out, and you'll be able to light our way."
And she looks at you, and you see her kind of nod at you. And Rosalie is looking at you, and she's like, "What are you doing?"
I'm giving the child a flashlight.
Why?
Because lights are cool.
If you put my daughter in danger, I don't know how, but I will light you on fire. I don't know how to do it yet, and if I can still do it, but I will figure it out.
And I'll look at her and I'll go, "Rosalie, I got your child out of danger. Can you just trust me?" I think I've earned that at this point.
And she studies your face, and you can understand my hesitancy.
And I snap and turn the light off.
And you hear Harley like, "Aw."
Later. It's not dark enough yet.
She gets back on the saddle and picks Rosalie up.
And I just kind of make eye contact with her. Does she look any different over the last couple of days? Like, me and Dremel are the ones that are kind of wary of her. Is she like looked a little different? Is she not like physically recovering as much? Does she seem burdened by anything other than all of the demons she has in her head?
She's tired. She looks very tired. Very
But like
protective
sick
of Polly.
tired or like tired?
She looks like exhausted. Like mentally and emotionally exhausted, like deep bags under her eyes. I wouldn't say she's like deathly pale or anything like that, but she was paler from before, and slowly she's starting to get color from being out in the sun for the past couple of days. Her platinum hair is starting to get a little bit more golden, also from being outside. But nothing extravagant.
And I walk back towards the front.
And Adam's in the back. Thok, you take your position. Are you going to the front with the four of them, or are you in the back with Rosalie again?
I guess that would have been something I would have asked them if they wanted me to during that break, if they wanted me to keep in the back.
Talk to you
Or
about
not.
it.
So, where do you think? I mean, this horse isn't exactly the smallest horse.
You're not wrong.
You're a big boy.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with? Why are you saying that?
How wide is the road?
Um, 50 feet across.
Oh,
It's a big
okay.
ass road.
I'm over here imagining it was like a 2 horses wide kind of
No,
situation.
it's fair. It's big enough to have the cart and both of like it's the formation is the cart is in the center, Ruby's in front. The 3 horses are wide enough apart where there's at least some space between you, and then in the back you're kind of I don't arcing. I don't know what the word is for it.
Like
But you're on the
flanking?
flanking. Yeah, you're like flanking the back of the cart, and then all the way in the back is Adam.
Oh, Adam's all the way in the back.
He's about 30 feet away from the two of you.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I would go ahead and go up front for a little bit. And then next time we pit stop, I'll just go towards the back again.
Next time we pit stop, we're there.
It's true.
True.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go in the front.
I'm gonna switch spots and go back with Rosalie and say I feel like someone should still be back there with her. It's been a traumatizing few months for her. I'm gonna pop back.
Okay. So you pop back with Rosalie, and she looks at you and Dremel.
Rosalie.
And she just kind of looks forward.
And still looking forward, kind of in a whisper, I just say, it's going to be all right. We'll get through it.
And you see her, and she's holding the reins, or her knuckles are just white from clutching the reins so tightly.
And I say, hey, lighten up your grip. Just a little bit.
And you actually see like the joints in her fingers, like they're red from gripping so tight, and you see her hands open a little bit. Sorry, just nervous.
I know. But you're courageous. You'll fight through it. And look, I won't let you down. We didn't come this far just to let it all fall apart. So just try to relax a little bit, take a couple deep breaths, center yourself, and I'll be right back.
And she lets out a, like in through her nose, shakily out of her mouth.
And
As she kind of quakes a little bit.
once I see that she started to calm down a little bit, I let the trot of my horse slow a little bit until I'm back near Adam.
Yeah. Adam trots a little bit forward, so that way the two of you are side by side. Leans a little bit forward on his saddle.
So, Donner said we're going to have to be shackled?
I mean, once we get on the outskirts, yeah, manacles. Unfortunately, it's not like you're going to have to walk for the next couple of months. I mean, it'll be on the cart. I think we're going to take it. I mean, it's big enough for the 4-year lot, right? But simple procedure. I'm sure it's no different from the first time you were arrested. Maybe a little less comfortable. It's a joke.
I think the difference is this time I'm not fighting.
It's perfect for me.
Just let me have my hands free.
I can't let you do that, mate. Read the file. Definitely keeping your hands very close to yourself, you and the elf. And the orc.
Have you given any thought to what I said last night?
Yeah. Thought about it. Still thinking about it. I have some calls I will need to make. And see if boss likes you.
You got to give me a chance to prove myself. It seems like you're not too sure if you like me yet either.
I like it just fine. But Skin, I got a job to do. Find I have a lot in common with a good chunk of people I have to take in.
Can you at least wait until we're a little bit away from the town before you shackle us up? I don't want the kids to see. I don't want to confuse them. Like I don't know what you know, but they've been through a couple months of advanced interrogation techniques.
Nods forward, nods a little, and he goes, "It's fair. Well, plan is gonna be, I'll take the cart, take the missus. We'll get to the town, nice and quiet, 3 of us. Ruby stays with the lot of you. On the outskirts of town. I'll come back, round you up. We go on our merry way." Simple.
I gotta take these kids in.
I can't let you do that.
You can come with. I'll go with you. It's fine. I just need to be. Look, I started this journey with them. They're alone. I've been trying to keep them happy this entire time, and if I. Look. This matters to me. I'm working with you every step of the way. Just give me this.
You're asking a lot of favors. You and your friend.
I don't know what he's asking. All I want to do is get these kids safe. I want to know that they're safe.
They're gonna be safe. I don't kill kids.
It's not what you opened with.
Didn't say it was gonna be me that was gonna be pulling the trigger, did I?
Doesn't make it any easier.
Leverage is leverage.
And I understand that. And I need to make sure that they're safe. You have... I don't know how far you're going to take. You're going to leave us outskirts of town. But that's a lot of time without the protection of us. The only reason I think you're keeping them safe is because you have us. And we're being very cooperative. I think this is something we've earned.
Alright. Listen, I'm a fucking bounty hunter. I'm not in the negotiation business. I'm not a cop. I'm not a patrolman. I'm not a guard. My job is to get you. The kids, I will make sure they get there safely because they're fucking kids. Now, what's not to stop the 4 of you from trying to overtake her over there now that the kids are gone?
I assume the party of people you have following us in the shadows.
No, they would go with me. Ruby is more than capable of handling all 4 of you. Do you know the story about the Ruby Basilisk? The legends of the Ruby Basilisk? Bunch of stories, bunch of different stories.
I do not.
20 years of terror that the Ruby Basilisk moved through different continents. There's a story I've heard. She petrified, not with like stone or anything, 50 men, 1 bar, all dead. Not even like throat slit, anything like that. Poisoned. All they had was like a little tick right in the neck. She was 20.
That's all well and good. But I'm not trying to fight her. My goal is to keep the kids safe. I want to know they're safe, and I don't have any sort of assurance that they will be safe with your plan. I'm
What
coming
about
with you.
what about the Tweety bird? The silver shit.
What's Silver Bird?
Come on, the fucking silver bear that keeps coming over and squawking on his shoulder and coming back and forth that you keep whispering into.
Oh, the
What
annoying
about that
bird?
thing?
Fuck that bird.
What's it do?
Squawks. It's annoying as shit.
What's it do?
It squawks. It's annoying as shit.
Running out of patience. I know it just doesn't do that.
That's all I've seen it do.
Fair enough. Maybe ask your blonde friend. Because it seems like it's a communication tool. So, what's to stop the bird from coming with me to confirm your suspicions?
I don't know, because I don't know shit about that bird. All I know is that it's loud as fuck, and I don't like it. Red one's okay. It's a little big. I usually don't like big birds, but
And, he goes, you're really going to leave the three of your friends alone with her?
if I can make sure that the kids are safe, yeah.
All right. Condition then? You're still going to be shackled when we get to the town. I'll keep you close to me, so hopefully the kids don't see them. Don't try to rattle them around a lot. Your hands are going to be very tight together. No. And he makes like gestures with his hands, none of this shit. The moment you start speaking some other kind of fucking language, any kind of spell, I'll put an arrow through your mouth. I don't care if the kids see. Savvy.
Savvy.
All right then. Just stay with me, Dream. I'll tell you more stories about Ruby there.
I'm all ears.
So, the two of them are kind of sit back, and the three of you are kind of looking back and looking forward, like seeing why Drem is taking so long. Three of you are up there.
I pick up the pace.
Okay. Pick up the pace a little bit. Are you trying to catch up to Ruby?
No, I'm just trying to move faster.
Okay. Getting a little anxious.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Doc Alder, you kind of see Donner kind of go up a little bit. He's now between you two, and Ruby, so about 20 feet in front of you.
Sought to pick up the pace as well.
Okay?
Same.
Doc is going to pick up the pace. And doing so, your chicken is going to pick up the pace.
Penelope.
She has
It
a name.
Penny is going to start picking up the pace.
No, her name's Penelope.
I know what I said.
Her name's Penelope.
So Penelope starts picking up the pace.
Penelope.
Penelope.
French.
And Rosalie's horse starts to pick up the pace a little bit. And Drem, you and Adam kind of look at each other, and Adam looks forward and goes, "Friends are eager to get back then, eh?"
Seems like it.
Mm. And you two kind of trot a little bit, still keeping your distance. Okay. Anything else we're doing?
I'm gonna reach in my pocket, pull out another stick to put in my mouth, but with it I'm gonna try to grab some of the fleece from my pocket.
Okay.
And just hold on to that.
Okay.
And that's what I'm gonna use to minor illusion what's going on to Donner. You're in the center, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll minor illusion a little message to Donner saying, "Hey, I'm going into the town with Adam and the kids. I'm going to make sure that they're safe, but he's going to have me shackled. You're going to stay behind with Ruby, and I don't know, just don't get me killed.
And I'll kind of look back in our pace, and I'll try and give him a nod, but I don't know how far back he is.
He's quite a ways away. But is conveyed. Okay. Anything else as you guys prep for being on the outskirts of White Willow? No?
No.
Okay. So it takes about another hour, 2 hours, 2.5 hours before you guys start seeing White Willow kind of crest over in the horizon. And it's at this point that you see Ruby, who's been keeping at a very steady pace, starts to slow down as you guys kind of come over this overpass. So as she slows, Donner, you start to slow as well, and Doc starts to slow, and eventually the caravan comes to a halt as Ruby kind of maneuvers her horse back over as she puts her hands over the saddle, hands to her sides actually, as Adam kind of calls out and goes, "All right, Dremel, you with me?" Start kind of walking over. And he goes, "Well, this is where we part. Well, not completely, but this is where you guys part with your friends. We'll take it from here, guys. Miss Rosalie, you'll be coming with me and Drim. And I'll bring Dremel back, no problem." And he looks at you, Donner. "So, not completely heartless. If you would like to say goodbyes, more than welcome to. And then we're fucking off."
I'll go down and say goodbye to the kids.
Well, I go over to Rosalie to say goodbye and tell her that we'll see her again, hopefully soon.
And she goes, "Don't get killed."
Trust me, that's not in the cards. I say very quietly under my breath. You'll be all right.
She nods. And she kind of moves her horse a little bit forward, and Doc, you get off your horse, and Naldra kind of looks at you, and she looks confused. She's like, I thought we were going together."
No, Miss Rosalie will take care of you. We have to stay just for. It's hard to explain, but here, I want you to have something, and I'm gonna take one of the teeth that I have on my necklace, and I'm gonna take it off, and then I'm gonna tie a new string on it and put it around her neck, and just be like, "I'm coming back, and I'm gonna reconnect you with your family, but you'll be safe here. Okay?"
It's not going to be like dinner, right?
No, it won't be like dinner. I promise. We will reconnect you with your family. You'd be a good girl, or try to be.
She has her eyes are starting to well up a little bit as she kind of, as you're kneeling down, she kind of wraps her arms around your neck as she sniffles.
I give her a big ol' hug, trying not to cry myself.
Yeah.
And be like, "Be good. Okay?"
And you kind of pick her up and you put her on the horse with Rosalie. She's a little bit smaller than Harley, so it's Harley, Naldra in the front, and Rosalie in the back.
I make eye contact with Rosalie, and as a silent, again, just head nod, like, "Thank you."
She nods back at you.
And I just smile.
Puts her hood up. Drem, what you doing?
Well, I don't need to say bye to the kids. And the three of them, I guess I'll walk up and say, well, I'll see you boys in a bit.
See you in a bit, Drem.
I'm making sure these kids are safe.
And see you when you get back.
See you when I get back.
And he goes, Mr. Dremel, if you would get off your horse, please.
And I dismount.
God, you big fucker.
Yeah, they call me Big Brain Boy.
Who calls you that?
Well, they're all dead now. Thanks for bringing that up.
That's unfortunate. My condolences. All 140 of them called you Big Brain Boy.
Yeah, it was kind of my nickname.
Made a new nickname.
Well, everyone who called me that was dead, so now's the perfect time.
Exactly. We can think different names. We can think
Big
Blue
Dick Boy, that's a
Thunder.
great idea. Let's go.
Yeah. And I'm the monster, saying dick in front of kids. All right, put your arms out.
Can I do it like this so that it's, I don't know, I want to put like a shawl or something over it so the kids don't get suspicious.
And he looks at you and he goes, forearms, hands grasp forearm, hand grasp the other forearm.
That's fine.
Savvy? And he actually walks. The manacles are wide enough they adjust as it wraps completely around the forearm and the hand that's covering it into this tight, snug kind of fit as you're kind of in this position. And he has a chain. He attaches the chain to his belt. And he goes, and we'll just say that if they ask any questions, we'll just say that we're using the buddy system.
For us?
Yeah, for us.
Fuck yeah, we're buddies.
Yeah. What pals? And he gets on the horse, and you're actually, I mean, you're tall enough that you're kind of at where his hip is, where your head is. Probably a little bit taller than that. Probably you're at eye level. You're fucking huge. So the two of you start walking, and Penelope does drag the cart. I'll bring your bird back, promise. Not interested in whatever the fuck this is.
It's okay. Dremel's her other dad, so he knows how to make a small.
Penelope has two dads.
Two dads.
Penelope's two dads.
8 o'clock on NBC.
My two dads.
So the two of you start to walk off. The cart gets pulled, and Rosalie is the last one to kind of look at the three of you as she kind of puts her hand up and looks forward as Ruby kind of, you see her neck kind of like shift, and you hear popping and popping as well as she sits there and goes, they should be back in about an hour. Takes 30 minutes to get there if they're going at the pace they're going. Maybe sooner. If all goes well.
So would you prefer to fight now, or do you want to wait for him to get back with all the other cavalry and whatnot?
Depends on when he wants to die, I guess, if we're doing this. Doesn't have to be this way.
You know, I've tried to die so many times now. It would be very refreshing for it to finally happen.
I can arrange that.
I'm sure you could. And Donna will just kind of chuckle and sit down. And he's just going to kind of close his eyes and pray.
Okay. What are you praying to?
To my buddy.
Okay. What are you praying for?
Guidance, direction, any kind of signal as to what to do. And
roll a wisdom save. And what else? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Just guidance to know if I'm making the right decision.
Okay.
Young Donna's kind of rearing his ugly head right now because he's frustrated and he's annoyed. So wisdom save is a modded 20.
You feel something poking. and you concentrate more on the prayer itself than what's trying to poke in the back.
Okay. And I just want my as I'm praying, I want my raven to kind of sit in front of me and just kind of stare at it.
And it looks at you, kind of tilts its head to the side again.
And I whisper the other word to make it a figure again, and I put it in my pocket.
Okay. You whisper this older language as it back into a hand-sized little statuette as you palm it, put it in your pocket. You kind of look to the side and you see Ruby has her hand on her hip as she's watching you.
I'm not trying to fight you right now. I'm trying to pray, if you don't mind.
Oh, by all means, please.
There's many gods I haven't talked to in quite some time, so...
Well, the way you're talking and your attitude, maybe you'll see them soon. I
You
still
first.
get paid. Many have tried.
And I kind of go over to Ruby and I say, you said it doesn't have to be like this, so for you, what does it take for us to get free? Because we're not going back to prison.
Do you have 2,000 gold?
You know we
Not
don't.
yet.
That's what I'm collecting. I need to get compensated or my boss gets very, very angry.
I mean, maybe we could go talk to your boss. Who's your boss?
I can't disclose that. It's classified, but they are not very patient with payment.
We're not very patient with the idea of going back to prison, so...
Not most people are.
Especially when the majority of us didn't deserve to be there in the first place.
She just looks at you. Once again, as Adam said, we don't need to take all of you alive. And she gestures over at Thok, who's just kind of been sitting there on his horse. Just him.
Who's to say he doesn't offer himself if you guys start killing us?
Well then, we take his body. Boss does whatever the boss does with it. Not really
You
my
don't get
business to
paid
know.
nearly as much. So
No.
you don't get paid anything if you're a corpse. So there's options, there's opportunity here for a deal of some kind.
That's the deal. I mean, you're in no position to leverage anything over my head besides the threats of killing me, which I've been hearing since I was 12.
Am I supposed to feel bad for you now, or?
No, it's that I'm unimpressed by your threats.
So, while we're here, why don't you tell me more about your nickname then?
Not much to know.
The Ruby Basilisk. You
Does that
told
ring
me
a
that.
bell to me?
All three of you can make a kind of a random history check. Thok, you can do it at advantage.
Nope. 3.
Modded 20.
Lord. Damn, negatives 11.
11. So, Donner, at your smaller village, you've heard of tales of like a red snake person that has a reputation for being brutal in combat, being something that has been almost like they're a mythical beast of some kind. For a while, you actually thought it was a giant red snake until one day you were told that it was a person. Thok, with your 11, because I'll kind of give it to you, you've heard tales of the Ruby Basilisk. You've heard of different accomplishments that they've done, but they're just kind of wives' tales in the past 40 years that you've heard.
Got it.
To which I'll say, you told me a nickname last night. You didn't tell me how you got it. I'd love to hear.
How does one get nicknames? An event happened, and I was gifted it. If you call it a gift, I guess.
What'd you do?
Looks back at you with the helmet. Doc, what you doing while this stare down is kind of going down?
Oh, I'm just listening. I'm trying to recollect the Ruby
Okay.
Basilisk. Obviously, I didn't recollect much, but
Right.
it was something. I kind of look at where Manu is and kind of
Is
like,
he always there? Is he just like following
He's-
us like a
He's
sad
not
puppy?
always there.
oh, if he's there then.
He pops in and pops out. He's not there at the moment.
Okay. Then, yeah, I would just be listening intently at everything, and just waiting for any trigger.
Someone to make a move.
Mm-hmm.
Mexican.
Are you
style.
in armor?
Mm-mm. We never. I thought we had one more night. That's
Stop
why I
putting
said
it on.
next
Let's do
watch. I mean,
It's fair.
do
So
I just start putting it on in front of her? Like,
yeah, that sounds smart.
yeah,
So
like,
the four of you are staring each other down. We'll get to Drem and Adam as the two of you are kind of walking. And he goes, your friend, the blonde one, he wanted me to escort him to a friend's house. Didn't exactly like the manacles situation, but you have to understand, can't have any of you running off,
Yeah. No, I reluctantly understand. And I lift the manacles up.
So,
Seeing as I'm already in them, mind if I make that stop for him?
what's it about? Do you know what it is?
He's a bit secretive, but I know he's got a family, and I know he doesn't know where they are. And a man we met said he might know something. The man saved my life. I just want to repay him, even if we have to go back. I think the knowledge will be repay my debts.
And because you have all such a high opinion of me, what's to stop me from taking this information? Burning it.
Nothing. But right now, it's either I get it and you burn it, or I don't get it at all and he doesn't get it. At least I can say I tried.
Yeah, all right. We'll see.
DM, can you describe the manacles again?
So the manacles are there's a iron bar kind of slat, and the cuffs are wide enough, and they adjust to the circumference of your hand flat against your forearms. And basically, your range of movement, you can't rip them apart. You can kind of teeter, but you can't. It's kind of attached at where your elbows are, so you're kind of just moving in this direction.
But it's like normal handcuffs, just a ring around it.
It's
So it'd be
it's
like a single ring around my hand.
it's less than just like a skinny ring, and it's more like a clamp.
Okay.
So it's thicker than, like wider than a handcuff.
Gotcha.
And so,
Am I able to scratch my arm?
no,
Okay.
you aren't able to wiggle anything. He leans forward and he goes, I mean, we're further away from the kids. How'd you do it? How'd you survive? It's been rattling in my brain. 140 people. Just you.
It's luck, man. Good and bad. I don't know if you've ever been the sole survivor of an entire tribe. Sure, I got my life, but I got 140 in my head that are just itching to be there. Itching to breathe. Wishing they could feel. Wishing they could love. But they can't. It was all taken away by one man.
One man.
One man.
And who was this man?
It was a man in crimson. The Red King. Someone who I imagine would fetch a pretty high bounty.
I haven't heard of any Red King or Man in Crimson before.
Then you ain't been listening, brother. Look, you've got a bunch of men.
What do you look like?
Large, stocky, clad in red, and I swear to God, I do not know if it was just his armor or the blood of my family. But if you can think of what evil looks like, put it into the energy of a person, a demon, you got him. But you got a bunch of men. I'm sure one of them could pull something up about him.
Yeah, maybe I'll bring this information to my boss.
I'd love to do that myself.
My boss is impatient. Don't really take kindly to new people. Got paranoid.
I'll go with you.
You really want in on this?
Anything to get me to him.
And your friend that's helping your blonde friend out, Donna, he doesn't know anything about this Red King.
Not that he's led on, but he's got memory issues.
Donna does.
Either that or he's a damn good actor.
Thinks you dance to be an actor.
Guess he's telling the truth then.
Guess so. And he snorts again, spits on the ground, looks back at the kids. You got what, 30 in there?
Something like that.
So, I didn't meet Mr. Stonewall. He's he's secretive as well, but I didn't get the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but I sat in on the meeting. They were talking about you a lot. He is not happy. I'll tell you that.
He doesn't strike me as someone who's ever happy.
I think I'm an animal. Mountain. You're going back to the Iron Hill Mountain. I mean, Stonewall's at his prison there. His dad's headed that prison. His granddad, great-granddad, so on and so forth for centuries. They have a whole monopoly on that section of the prison. Biggest prison on the continent. Hell, might be the biggest one in the world.
So what's got him so unhappy? What's his goal? Does he just want us? Does he want to get criminals? Does he want money? I mean, what makes him tick?
Well, from what I gather, 6 people escaped his prison. We've got 4 of them. My boss wants one of them. So now we have 3 of them. We have other hunters looking for the other 2. And it's either being hung by your necks or living in a very tiny box for the rest of your lives. Possibly. He has ways of manipulating the legal system. Usually, my boss and him are at odds, but figured since you guys slimed your way out of his guards that he would hire us.
What's the bounty on the other 2?
On Alder and Donna.
No, on the 2 that you haven't found.
Ah, shit. And he kind of pulls up a paper and he goes, Burkhart, it looks like 500 dead. Ooh, he's 1,000 alive. And then Arclight, looks like same for you, 250 dead, 500 alive. Fuck. Burkhart's rap sheet is disgusting.
That does not surprise me.
I mean, we're able to catch the orcs, scalp them a few. But they want you intact. And what am I to oblige?
Let's say hypothetically I could lead you to those 2.
And he leans forward and he goes to Burkhart and Aurel Arclight.
To Burkhart and Artlat. That'd be 1,500 gold versus the 5 you'd get from me. Hell, versus the 15 you'd get from all of us.
So take Thork alive. Take you. What do you want? What cut?
You know what I want. I want that Red King. Can't do it on my own. But I need you to work with me.
All right. So you're gonna turn on your friends pretty much like that, eh?
That means I can get the Red King.
And he smiles and he goes, interesting. I'll send word. And you see him and he actually pulls something out of his pocket and looks at you and he goes, how old are you?
Old enough.
Full name?
Dremel.
Last name, Dremel.
Bacchus.
Bacchus. All right. And he pulls out this, it looks like it's a flat, almost disc that has different etch marks and different kind of markings in it. And it looks to be in some kind of triangular and swirling pattern with the occasional cross hatching. And it actually looks like the profile of a boar as he kind of traces, looks over at you, and he speaks into it. And what languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Elvish, Giant. I would recognize Dwarvish, and I would recognize Donner. What was it that you taught me a bit of?
Primordial.
Primordial. I might recognize
Or was it?
Primordial.
Yeah, primordial.
Go ahead and roll an intelligence check for me.
Oh, come on, big brain boy.
Big brain boy. 23.
23.
Big brain boy.
It sounds very similar to what Rosalie was speaking in the temple.
Infernal.
As you see him and closes it, puts it in his pocket, he's like, I usually get a response in like 24, 48 hours. We'll see what the boss wants.
Guess you're stuck with
But-
us for a little bit.
You see, Mega, you bought yourself some time, eh?
And I let it lie.
Okay, you let it lie. Back to the three of you with your very tense Mexican standoff. So, three of you are staring at Ruby as she kind of shrugs, and you see the cape kind of fall as one hand's on the hip, the other one's on the saddle.
Be like, you don't really want to do this, do you?
Do what?
Fight. Die.
I have a question for you.
And she looks and she cocks her head.
If I'm potentially going to die today, why me? What's so special about me that you want me back alive?
And you see her, and her shoulders kind of go up, and she goes, I don't question my boss. My boss said they want you alive. I bring you in alive best I can. If you're dead, they have other ways of bringing you back, or so I've heard. Though there hasn't been undead in this plane for centuries, but they made a pact with something a lot more sinister than I'd be comfortable to admit.
Like what?
I don't say their name. We have our suspicions.
Demons.
So you'd rather be on the side of demons and darkness instead of a group of individuals who just saved a cart full of children from succubus. Okay. You know, I asked your compatriot the other night who uses kids as collateral.
He was saying that so there wouldn't be a fight and we would lose money on that. I don't give a fuck what we did.
It doesn't matter what you say. It matters that he was ready to pull the trigger on 27 innocent kids who did nothing wrong.
Where are the kids now?
Fuck if I know.
My understanding? And she points without moving. And you can see in the distance very far away is the cart. They're going to White Willow Plaza. What
And that's
they were
only
told.
because we didn't fight you. You were ready to kill them if we did.
I wasn't ready to kill them. I was ready to kill the four of you. Well. And she looks over at Thok and she goes, maybe maim.
I've heard stories about your abilities. They precede you. Are quite
I
well
do.
known even in small circles. It's kind of impressive.
And she puts her head down. She goes, thank you.
You know, I had a nickname too.
She goes, oh, did you?
I did. When I was working for my family as a hunter, I had a nickname. And it's funny how they always follow you. You can never get away from it. You know, I was talking to this boy one day. One of my last jobs, I was a babysitter. I was basically watching 3 children. And he looked at me with such hope and wonder and excitement. And he had no idea who he was with. He had no idea the pain and the struggle that goes into doing what we do. And knowing that I can relate to your position, I'll ask you again. We can do this very easily. You can let us go. You didn't find us. And you can go on for your next bounty. No harm, no foul. We can do this the hard way. And you risk losing your prime bounty on all of us. So, Ruby, truly the choice is yours.
And you see her, and she nods a bit, reaches into one of the pouches, and you see this kind of silt, this dust kind of sprinkle in front of her as she dismounts the horse. And it looks like it crunches into the sand as she puts her foot over it. Cracks her neck a little bit. And she goes, I have hunted men, orcs, trolls, behirs, rocks. I just have a lot of paperwork I'm going to have to do. I've been chewed out before. As you see her kind of put her hands to her hips as she readies herself. And you see her hands kind of go up a little bit, and she goes, you're going to do what you have to do, and I'm going to have to do what I do.
What happens to our friend? You know, the one that's with your posse and partner, boss, whatever he is?
But with Adam, Trummel,
Yeah.
don't know. He's worth more alive. So, arguably, he'd be alive.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to be super happy in the state you're in. And Donna starts to stand up and starts cracking, stretching.
And you hear her sigh. Looks over at Alder and Thok. We're readying ourselves.
We don't have to.
And then I'm just going to put my hand out and just go and say born ready, and I'm going to cast blight on her.
Okay.
So
Go
it's a
ahead.
constitution save
It's a constitution save.
for her, yeah.
Here we go.
I love it.
I was gonna try something, but it took too long.
So you kind of, let me see here. Sorry, I just need to see. Okay. So you kind of see, and you actually see the spell leave your hand. And as it gets to her, right in front of her face, you see it as it hits over. And she looks down and she goes, okay. And you see her throw her hand out. Let me
Had a
roll
feeling that was
really
gonna happen.
quick.
It's because she's got shades on.
Now I'm glad I didn't do what I was gonna do.
Shit.
Huh?
Does a 19 hit?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Give me 1 sec.
Then I have an idea of what you were probably going to try and do. So
Hug.
I'm just
Do
going to
me
give
a
her a
favor. I need you to make a con save for me.
con save.
To see if you pee your pants.
It's 17.
17. Okay.
You remain erect.
Still hard.
Always hard.
Oh
Give me
god,
one
and
sec.
Rebel's not here.
You dumb motherfuckers.
What? We'd have to fight one more guy plus if you were here. So
So
3-on-1. Maybe it's fair.
a dart sticks into your chest. You take 7 points of piercing damage as you start feeling this seeping into you as your legs start to go numb, as you take 14 points of poison damage. And we'll end it there.
Again, you dumb motherfuckers.
You're trying to sell us out, man. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, I don't want to end there.
I don't either.
First
Well-
cut is the deepest.
Baby, I know. Well,
Guys,
thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out and sitting through this. My hands are sweaty. Sitting through
Yeah.
this extremely intense episode. I guess next week we're gonna get to it. It seems like it's business time, and I'm wearing my business socks. So
Shit's gonna go
it's
down.
business time.
Time and it's
Josh, would you like
time.
to shout out the people in the chitty chat?
Sure would. Let me pull
Chitty
it up.
chat.
Chitty chat.
All right. So we got a big old thank you to another TV viewer, Atten, Commander Root, who I'm told is a bot, Kamula, who I'm told is a bot, Dak Attack 112, who I think is Dakota. So what's up, Dakota?
Hey,
Congratulations on the
Dakota.
child.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, Dakota's a dad now.
what?
I know. Big old grats to Dakota.
Congrats, dog.
Dad
That was,
Dakota.
that was a secret. Like,
Yeah, that's secret he posted on Facebook. Thank you, Feet. Thank you, Lurks. And thank you, Reality Rachel. We love you
Guys,
all.
thank you so much. Appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe. Jump on our YouTube. Check out our other content. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
When we die,
no,
When
wait.
Mike dies.
I'm gonna die.
I'm going to live forever.